So my next guest is Jan. Welcome to EHI, to your office actually. You are the new chairman of the European heating industry. How do you feel about this role? How the industry, where the industry is going?
Yeah, first of all, of course, I feel honored to be the chairman of EHI. So I feel well about the task. I feel not so well about the state of the industry.
What do you mean, I don't feel so well about the industry at the moment? Where are we and how do we reach the climate goals at the same time as remaining competitive?
Yes, we all want to reach climate goals. At the same time, I think European industry has to perform, and we see that all technologies are significantly dropping, that consumers don't invest in renewing their heating. And that's the worst thing of all, because the installed stock gets older, less efficient, and we are not progressing when it comes to CO2 reduction right now.
Do you see going forward a role for legislation, regulations at European level or at national level to play a decisive role, and how to make that business case?
Legislation has to play an important role, but more making the business case, the incentivation to turn heating systems at a higher rate than we see today. And this is, as I said, by input prices of energy becoming lower and electricity significantly lower than fossil fuels, helping with the initial investment through subsidies for investing into heating. And
let's talk about subsidies actually, because that's definitely a national remit, but at the same time we're seeing that national budgets have some challenges across Europe. What is actually that is needed in terms of incentives?
If we link subsidies even less than before to the CO2 emission of the heating system and make that visible to consumers, at the same time bring electricity prices down or green gases prices down, then consumers will pick the right and renewable green heating choice, because they think when making an investment into heating long terms. If that becomes reliable and a good business case, people will pick the, so to say, greener choice when it comes to their heating system.
And then another question I have is about, what other options are there any other for decarbonizing, because that's the idea, buildings, and what can we as industry do? Because of course we are the market leaders, and certainly a company like yours are market leaders. How do you prepare for this transition?
We invest in product capacity and training skills, and we have achieved a lot. You see it with the results. The offer is much higher than the demand, so the offer is currently not the problem, not at all, in no parts of the value chain. So how do we create demand? So it's about offering the diversity of all technologies, acknowledging that the building sector and energy systems are not at all standardized in Europe, and yet, let's say, incentivizing the more renewable choice by making the investments and the operating factors like the electricity price clearly in combination a business case for consumers.
Does that make us also as industry more competitive internationally? I mean, we are seeing a world that is getting increasingly looking at different blocks. Are we going towards a protectionist economic world, and is that in our interest?
I think we can be lucky that we are relatively insulated as a heating industry in Europe if we create conditions that are favorable to market growth, because the localization degree in all technologies in European heating systems is relatively high. That applies also to heat pumps.
That means that heating is a very local issue.
Absolutely, and the European industry is led by European companies. So what we need is good conditions for growth, less protectionist measures. The growth and the outlook of the industry is actually the best protection against global competitors.
Is it possible for the heating industry to attract more talents?
I think the awareness that the building sector contributes more than 20% to CO2 output, not only but also in Europe, and that there are proven technologies to reduce that inefficiency in new technologies has attracted a lot of young talent to the industry, and A lot of companies have purposes that aim exactly in this direction.
You started this interview by saying that the state of the industry is not so positive. Sounds like we have more of a brighter future than a negative one.
No, I think we are ready. We have proven that we can do this transformation. We know how to do it.
Jan, thank you so much. Very nice talking to you.
It was a pleasure. Thanks, Federica. So, Federica, is heating still a hot topic in Europe?
Jan, hot heating, it's such an old joke. No.